I came home early from work and found my mother-in-law locking my 6-year-old daughter in a closet, screaming at her, calling her useless for spilling juice. I didn't hit her. I didn't scream. I pulled out my phone and pressed record. Repeat that, on camera, or I call the police. She laughed. She said I was bluffing. I wasn't. 48 hours later, she was at my door, on her knees, begging me to delete the video. I looked at her. I said 4 words. And she'll never touch my daughter again. What would you have done if you found your MIL hurting your child? Would you have called the police? Would you have exposed her? Or would you have given her a chance to change? Comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. More stories like this every week. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. I came home early from work and found my mother-in-law locking my 6-year-old daughter in a closet. The bedroom closet. The one with the sliding doors and the broken lock that I'd been meaning to fix for 3 months, but never got around to because I was working double shifts and running on 4 hours of sleep. My daughter, Lily, was inside. I could hear her crying through the hollow wood. Her little voice, high and terrified, screaming, "Grandma, please let me out. I'm scared of the dark. Please, I'll be good. I promise I'll be good." And my mother-in-law, Patricia, standing right outside the door screaming back, "Shut up! You spilled juice on my dress. My $400 silk dress. The one I bought for your mother's wedding. Do you know how much that cost? You're so clumsy. So useless. Useless girl. He barely touched you. Are you dying over it? Where are you from? Have you ever walked in on someone hurting your child? Have you ever felt that white-hot rush of pure, unthinking rage that turns your vision red and makes your hands shake? Have you ever had to choose between losing your mind and keeping your cool? Because let me tell you, in that moment, I wasn't a person anymore. I wasn't a nurse. I wasn't a wife. I wasn't a woman. I was a mother. And a mother will do anything to protect her cub. My name is Rachel. I'm 33 years old. I work as a registered nurse at the county hospital, 12-hour shifts, sometimes 16-hour shifts, always on my feet, always running on caffeine and adrenaline. I'm not rich, but I'm hardworking. I'm not perfect, but I'm present. I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania where my mother hugged me when I cried and my father read me bedtime stories until I fell asleep. I grew up believing that love was soft, that family was safe, that the people who were supposed to protect you would never, ever hurt you. I was wrong about that last part. So terribly, painfully wrong. I met Daniel 9 years ago at a friend's backyard barbecue. He was shy, quiet, with a nervous smile and kind eyes that crinkled at the corners when he laughed. He was a high school history teacher, the kind of teacher who memorized every student's name on the first day and stayed after class to help kids who were struggling. He was the opposite of every loud, arrogant man I'd ever dated. He listened, he remembered, he showed up. 6 months after we met, he proposed in his tiny studio apartment, on his creaky pull-out couch, with a ring from a pawn shop that cost $80 and had a tiny chip in the stone. I said yes before he finished the sentence. I said yes because he made me feel safe. I said yes because he looked at me like I was the most precious thing in the world. His mother, Patricia, was the only shadow on our happiness. She was a widow. She'd raised Daniel alone after his father died of a heart attack when Daniel was 10 years old. She'd worked 3 jobs, waitressing, cleaning houses, selling cosmetics door to door, to keep a roof over their heads. I respected her. I understood her sacrifices. I tried to make her feel welcome in our lives. I invited her to dinner every Sunday. I called her on her birthday. I sent her flowers when she was sick. I let her come to our house whenever she wanted, because she said she felt lonely and needed to see her son. I didn't realize I was letting a predator into my home. I didn't realize the woman I was trying so hard to please was slowly, methodically, preparing to destroy my daughter. The first red flag was when Lily was born. Patricia was in the delivery room. I didn't want her there, but she insisted. She said she needed to be there for Daniel. She held Lily for the first time and said, She has Daniel's nose. Thank God for that. Not, she's beautiful. Not, I love her. Not, what a blessing. Just, thank God she looks like him. She'd criticize my parenting constantly. The way I swaddled Lily, the way I fed her, the way I put her to sleep, the way I held her. You're doing it wrong, she'd say. I raised Daniel alone. I know what I'm doing. You're just a first-time mother. You don't know anything. I bit my tongue. I let it slide. I told myself she was just opinionated, just trying to help, just old and set in her ways. The second red flag was when Lily turned 3 and started talking back. All kids do that. It's developmentally normal. It's part of learning boundaries. But Patricia would grab Lily's arm, hard, leaving red marks, and say, "You don't talk to your elders like that. You're a child. You know nothing. You have no right to speak back." Lily would cry. Patricia would scoff. "She's so sensitive, too sensitive. You've made her weak. You've spoiled her rotten." I told Daniel. He sighed. "She's just old-fashioned," he said. "She's trying to teach discipline. She doesn't mean any harm. She loves Lily in her own way." I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe Patricia was just strict, that she loved Lily in her own complicated, misguided way. I wanted to believe I wasn't handing my daughter over to someone who could hurt her. The third red flag was the one I couldn't ignore, the one that still haunts me when I close my eyes. It was a Tuesday. I'd been at work since 6 a.m. double shift, 16 hours on my feet, dealing with patients who were sick, scared, sometimes angry. I'd called Patricia that morning and asked if she could pick Lily up from school and watch her until I got home. She'd agreed. "Of course," she'd said. Her voice was warm, almost sweet. "I love spending time with my granddaughter. She's the light of my life." I believed her. I actually believed her. I came home at 8:30 p.m. My head was pounding, my feet were swollen. I just wanted a hot bath and a glass of wine and to hear about Lily's day. I walked through the front door and heard screaming. It wasn't Lily's play scream, the high-pitched giggle scream she did when she was chasing the cat. It was a real scream, a terrified scream, the kind of scream that makes your blood run cold and your heart stop and your legs turn to jelly. I dropped my bag. I ran to Lily's bedroom. The door was half open. I pushed it open and froze. Patricia was standing in front of the closet. The sliding door was shut. Lily was inside. I could hear her sobbing, her little hands beating against the wood, her voice raw and frantic and broken. "Let me out. Please, Grandma, I'm scared. It's dark in here. I want my mommy. Please, I'll be good. I promise I'll never spill juice again. Please, please, please." And Patricia was screaming. Her face was red. Her eyes were wild. She looked like something out of a nightmare. A horror movie villain in a floral print blouse and sensible shoes. "Shut up! You spilled juice on my dress. My $400 silk dress. The one I bought for your mother's wedding. Do you know how much that cost? I saved for months for that dress. And you ruined it. You're so clumsy. So useless. Useless girl. He barely touched you. Are you dying over it?" I saw the dress. It was on the floor. There was a small juice stain near the hem. A tiny stain. A stain that could be cleaned with a little cold water and dish soap. A stain that was nothing. A stain that didn't matter. But Patricia was screaming about it like Lily had committed murder, like the juice spill was a crime against humanity. I dropped my bag. I dropped my keys. I walked into the room. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't attack her. Something inside me went very, very still. Ice cold. Dangerously, terrifyingly calm. "Patricia," I said. My voice was quiet, steady. The voice I used with patients who were about to go into cardiac arrest. She spun around. Her eyes widened. She hadn't heard me come in. For a split second, she looked scared. Then her face hardened. She was always good at that. Hardening her face, closing off any emotion that might make her look weak, or vulnerable, or human. "Rachel," she said, "you're home early." Her voice was defensive, like I was the one who'd done something wrong. Open the door, I said. She crossed her arms. She needs to learn a lesson. She's so spoiled. You've raised her to think she can do anything she wants without any consequences. I'm teaching her discipline, the way I taught Daniel, the way my mother taught me, the way every good mother teaches her children. You don't know how to do it, so I'm doing it for you. I walked over to the closet. I slid the door open. Lily tumbled out, crying so hard she couldn't breathe. Her face was red and blotchy. Her eyes were swollen. She had snot running down her upper lip and tears streaming down her cheeks. Her little hands were raw from pounding on the door. She was shaking from head to toe. She wrapped her arms around my legs and buried her face in my scrub pants. Her body was trembling against me. I'm sorry, Mommy, she sobbed. I didn't mean to spill juice. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad. Please don't put me in the closet. I'll be good. I promise. I'll be so good. My heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. I could feel it breaking inside my chest. I crouched down and held her. Her little body was so fragile, so small, so vulnerable. Baby, I said. My voice cracked. You didn't do anything wrong. Look at me. She looked up, terrified. You didn't do anything wrong. You spilled juice. That's all. It's just juice. It happens. It's okay. You're okay. Mommy is here now. No one is going to hurt you. No one. I promise. Patricia scoffed behind me. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You're coddling her. She'll never learn respect. She'll never learn discipline. She'll grow up thinking she can do anything she wants. I stood up. I turned around. I looked at Patricia. My hands were shaking. My heart was pounding, but my voice was steady. Get out of my house, I said. She blinked. Excuse me? Get out, now. You're never coming back. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not ever. She laughed. It was a cold, brittle laugh. You can't tell me what to do. This is my son's house too. I have every right to be here. Every right to see my granddaughter. Every right to... Lily is my daughter, I said. And you're never coming near her again. Ever. Do you understand me? Patricia sneered. What are you going to do? Call the police? They'll laugh at you. I didn't touch her. I didn't hit her. I just put her in a closet for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's not child abuse. It's discipline. It's how I was raised. It's how I raised Daniel. Perfectly fine. He turned out fine. You're just a hysterical mother with no backbone. You're overreacting. You're being dramatic. She kept talking. But I wasn't listening. I pulled out my phone. I opened the video camera. I pressed record. And I held it up to her face. Repeat that, I said. Repeat everything you just said. On camera. For the police. For the school. For everyone. I want to hear you say it again. Patricia's mouth snapped shut. Put that down. No, I said. You're going to say everything you just said. On record. Or I'm calling 911 right now. And I'm sending this video to every single person who knows you. Everyone who respects you. Your church. Your book club. Your bridge group. Your sister. Your mother. Everyone. I'll post it on Facebook. I'll post it on Twitter. I'll make sure the whole world knows exactly what kind of woman you are. She stared at me. Her face was white. You're bluffing. I'm not. You wouldn't. You couldn't. I'm Daniel's mother. You wouldn't do that to him. Watch me, I said. We stood there for a long moment. Her eyes darted around the room, to Lily, still crying on the floor, to me, holding the phone steady, to the door, where she could make her escape. I could see her weighing her options, calculating, scheming, trying to find a way to win. Fine, she finally said. She grabbed her purse. I'm leaving. But this isn't over, Rachel. You'll regret this. You'll regret this. I'll make sure of it. I'll tell everyone what you did, what you said, what you accused me of. I'll destroy you. You'll lose Daniel. You'll lose everything. Get out of my house, I said. And don't come back. Ever. If you show up here again, if you come near Lily again, I will call the police. And I will show them this video. I will show them everything. She walked out. She slammed the front door behind her. The whole house shook. Pictures rattled on the walls. The cat ran under the bed. I dropped the phone on the bed. I knelt down on the floor. I held Lily. She was still trembling. "Mommy, is Grandma coming back?" she whispered. Her voice was so small. "Is she going to put me in the closet again? Is she going to scream at me again?" "No, baby," I said. "Never again, I promise. Mommy will never let anyone hurt you. Anyone. Not ever. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't protect you. I'm so sorry I didn't see it sooner. I'm so sorry." She put her hand on my cheek. "It's okay, Mommy," she said. "I forgive you." I cried. I cried so hard I couldn't breathe. I held my daughter and I cried, and I promised myself that I would never let anyone hurt her again. I rocked her for an hour. I held her until she stopped crying. I made her macaroni and cheese, her favorite, and let her eat it on the couch watching her favorite cartoons. I called Daniel at work. I said, "We need to talk. You need to come home right now." I didn't tell him what happened over the phone. I wanted to see his face when I told him. I wanted to see if he would believe me. He came home at 9 p.m. He walked in the door and saw me sitting on the couch, holding Lily. She was asleep now, her face still blotchy, her breathing still ragged. I looked at him. I told him everything. His face went gray. "She locked Lily in the closet?" he said. "My mother? She wouldn't." "She did," I said. "I saw it. I heard it. I have it on video. Do you want to see it? Do you want to hear your mother screaming at your 6-year-old daughter?" I showed him the video. He watched it. I watched his face as he watched the video. Watched the shock turn to disbelief, turn to guilt, turn to anger. He didn't say anything for a long time. Then he said, "I'll call her. I'll talk to her. I'll make her understand." "No," I said. "You're not calling her. You're not talking to her. You're going to stand with me on this. Your mother is never coming near our daughter again. If you can't do that, then you can leave too." He looked at me. He looked at Lily, asleep on the couch, her face still red from crying. He made a choice. He chose us. "Okay," he said. "Okay, you're right. She crossed a line. I'm sorry it took this for me to see it. I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner." We didn't sleep much that night. We sat on the couch, watching Lily breathe, and talked about what to do next. Patricia had a key to our house. We changed the locks. We changed the password on the alarm system. We changed everything. We called her phone. She didn't answer. We sent her a text. "You're not welcome here anymore. Don't contact us. Don't come near us. If you show up, we'll call the police. This is not a discussion." She didn't respond. The next day, Patricia started her campaign. She called Daniel's aunt, his cousins, his friends from high school. She told them I was unstable, that I'd overreacted, that I'd made false accusations, that I was trying to destroy her relationship with her son and granddaughter. She told them I'd thrown her out for no reason. She told them I was jealous of her relationship with Daniel. She told them I was mentally ill. Some people believed her. They always do. The ones who didn't want to see the truth. The ones who'd always known she was difficult but never wanted to admit it. Others called me to ask what happened. I told them the truth. I sent them the video. I didn't care if it was petty. I didn't care if it was overkill. I wanted everyone to see exactly what kind of woman Patricia was. I wanted everyone to know the truth. One by one, her allies fell away. Her sister called me and said, "I'm so sorry, Rachel. I had no idea. She's always been like this. I just never knew how far it went." Her friend from the church called and said, "I'm horrified. She seemed so sweet. I'm so sorry, Rachel. I'm praying for your family. Her bridge partner called and said, I can't believe it. She told me you were the problem. She lied to me. She lied to everyone. Patricia was losing. She couldn't win against a video. She couldn't spin the truth. So she changed tactics. She started calling me, texting me, begging. Please, Rachel. Please don't show that video to anyone else. Please. I'll do anything. I'll apologize. I'll go to therapy. I'll do whatever you want. Please just let me see Lily again. She's my only granddaughter. Please. I didn't respond. I saved every message. I documented every call. I built a file, just in case. 3 weeks later, Patricia showed up at my house. I was alone. Daniel was at work. Lily was at school. I opened the door and there she was, smaller than I remembered, diminished. Her eyes were red. Her hair was unwashed. She was shaking. Rachel, she said. Please, I'm begging you. Please let me see Lily. Just for an hour. I'll do anything. I'll sign anything. I'll never criticize you again. I'll never say another word about anything. Please. I looked at her. This woman who'd locked my daughter in a closet, who'd called her useless, who'd made her afraid of the dark, who'd made her feel worthless. This woman who'd spent years undermining me, criticizing me, making me feel like I was never enough. This woman who was now on my doorstep, on her knees, begging. I'll let you see her, I said. On one condition. Her face lit up. Anything. Anything. I'll do anything. Just name it. You'll go to therapy, I said. For a year. You'll talk about why you hurt my daughter. You'll talk about why you thought it was okay. You'll talk about your own mother. You'll talk about why you did what you did. And when you're ready, you'll write Lily a letter. A real letter. Not an excuse. Not a justification. Not a, I was just trying to help letter. A real apology. A letter that tells her why you did what you did and why you'll never do it again. If you do that for a full year, without missing a single session, I'll let you see her. Supervised. In my home. With me there. 1 hour a month. That's the deal. She stared at me. A year? A year, I said. Take it or leave it. She took it. She didn't have a choice. She started therapy the next week. I didn't trust her. I didn't forgive her. But I gave her a chance. Because Lily deserved to have a grandmother who was safe. Because Daniel deserved to have a mother who wasn't a monster. Because I deserved peace. A year passed. Patricia went to therapy every single week. She didn't miss a single session. She wrote that letter. A long one, 10 pages, full of tears and guilt and explanations. She didn't make excuses. She admitted she'd been wrong. She admitted she'd been cruel. She said she'd been raised by a mother who locked her in closets too. She said she'd thought it was normal. She said she'd thought it was love. She said she'd been wrong about everything. I read the letter. I didn't cry, but I felt something. Something that wasn't forgiveness. Something more like pity. More like understanding. More like hope. I let her see Lily. 1 hour a month. In my home. With me there. It was awkward at first. Patricia didn't know how to be gentle. She'd try too hard. She'd buy Lily gifts. Too many gifts. Too expensive. She'd hover. She'd cry. But Lily, children are more forgiving than we are. She warmed up to her grandmother. Not completely, not without reservation. But she stopped flinching when Patricia touched her. She stopped crying when Patricia walked into the room. She started calling her grandma again. It took 2 years for Patricia to earn back something like trust. It took 2 years for her to sit on my couch without me wanting to throw her out. It took 2 years for me to let her have one afternoon alone with Lily. In the park, on a bench, in broad daylight. I still don't fully trust her. I may never fully trust her. But I gave her a chance. Because I believe people can change. Not everyone, Not most people, but some, and she was one of them. Patricia is different now. Quieter. Softer. She doesn't criticize me anymore. She doesn't scream at Lily. She doesn't lock her in closets. She says, "I'm so sorry." So many times that I want to scream sometimes, but she means it. I can see it in her eyes. I can see the shame. I can see the regret. I can see the effort. Last Christmas, she came to our house for dinner. She sat at the table with us. She held Lily's hand. She made a toast. "To my family," she said. "The best family I never deserved." "You don't have to deserve it," I said. "You just have to be better. Every single day. For the rest of your life. That's what it means to be forgiven." She nodded. She cried. We ate. It was awkward. It was sad. It was hopeful. It was real. The hardest part wasn't walking away, I told Daniel that night. It was letting her back in. But I did it. For Lily. For our family. For you. He kissed my forehead. "You're stronger than I ever was," he said. "No," I said. "I just love our daughter more than I hate your mother. That's the only difference." I still have the video. I keep it in a file on my phone, password protected. I've never shown it to anyone else. I don't need to. Patricia's behavior changed. That's all that matters. Protecting your children doesn't always mean destroying the people who hurt them, I told Lily when she's older. Sometimes it means making them understand. And sometimes, if they're brave enough, they'll change. But you never, ever have to forgive someone who isn't sorry. Lily looked at me. "Grandma is sorry, Mommy. I can tell." She changed. "Good," I said. "Because you deserve that. You deserve to be loved. The right way. The safe way." What would you have done if you found your MIL hurting your child? Would you have called the police? Would you have exposed her on social media? Or would you have given her a chance to change? Comment below. And if you made it this far, hit subscribe. Because protecting your children is the most important job you'll ever have.